Come on now, bro. All these pound for pound fighters are too scared to fight me. They need 200 million to do it.
I got 200 million for you. I'm fighting Jake.
Pussy.
That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much.
Crawford has completely changed his stance on Jake Paul's place in boxing. Once dismissive of Paul's legitimacy, he's now open to facing him, especially if the money makes sense. This shift comes after Crawford previously insisted that Jake Paul wasn't deserving of sharing the ring with real professionals. Initially, Crawford couldn't stand what Jake represented, a YouTuber stepping into boxing, raking in millions, and challenging seasoned fighters who had dedicated their lives to the sport. He had even mocked Jake as a circus act, accusing him of turning boxing into a spectacle rather than a true competition. But now, with the prospect of a major payday and a growing buzz around Paul's name, Crawford seems ready to reconsider what once felt like an insult to the sport.
Confronts with that right here. Like, I seen, up close in person. Like, dude is big. He's not as slow as people think he is, and he can punch. That's why a lot of people know, like, there was times where, him and Tyson was in the ring.
But now, Crawford has taken a step back from his earlier criticism. His tone has softened, and a hint of respect is starting to show. During an appearance on Logan Paul's podcast, Crawford openly admitted that he may have judged Jake Paul too harshly. He said, "Yes, he's boxing. At first, I was against it. I thought, man, this dude and his brother are just using their YouTube fame to cash in on boxing, while real fighters struggle their whole lives and never make that kind of money. I saw it as disrespectful to those of us who truly live this sport." Those are powerful words coming from a man who once believed Jake Paul was ruining boxing's integrity.
Because check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, it's gonna be taking candy from a baby. Jake is missing the rules. See, this is what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happened. You saw.
Crawford says his change of heart came after actually watching Jake Paul put in the work. He realized Jake wasn't just playing boxer, he was training like one. After seeing how serious he is about improving, how focused he's become, I was like, this dude is getting better, Crawford admitted. And that's not something he says lightly. Crawford is a perfectionist, undefeated, laser-focused, and known for his ruthless precision in the ring. So for a fighter of his caliber to acknowledge Jake's dedication means something has genuinely shifted. He's not calling Jake Paul an elite boxer yet, but he's recognizing that the effort is real, and that alone has earned a new level of respect.
It's gonna happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. Ryan Garcia's probably on a rant saying, "Oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting." No. You have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN.
Crawford admitted he's come to see that Jake Paul isn't trying to skip the line or fake his way to the top. Jake's not out here pretending he's ready for Usyk or Canelo. He's taking on opponents that fit his level and getting better with every fight. A lot of people want Jake Paul to fight Alexander Usyk, Crawford said. But no, you've got to work your way up. Seeing Jake fight in person changed his whole outlook. When I saw him live, I gained way more respect for him than I already had, he added. That's a major turnaround from a man who once rolled his eyes at the mention of Jake's name. Now, not only is Crawford acknowledging Jake's progress, but he's also open to facing him, especially with Gervonta Davis potentially out of the picture, leaving that opportunity wide open.
Out of the influencer world would be the most lucrative thing for my career, and I think I was the only one who actually wanted to do it. And actually wanted to go all the way, and that's why I set the goal for myself early to become world champion, set the bar extremely high. And
when Crawford first heard about the potential matchup between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis, he called it crazy, and honestly, he wasn't wrong. The size difference alone makes it wild. Jake's a cruiserweight who walks around at 200 pounds, while Tank fights at just 135. That's a massive gap, but Jake didn't flinch. In a Netflix interview, after hearing Crawford's crazy remark, he agreed, but with confidence. "Yeah, this fight is crazy," Jake said. "It's two of America's biggest names in boxing, and it's a 50-50 matchup because of his skill and experience. But my size is the equalizer, that's what makes it exciting. Nobody knows how this one would play out."
It's kidnapping, all sorts of crazy stuff, guys. If this is true, Just talk about just fumbling the bag. One of the biggest financial opportunities of his career, and he's about to ruin it. It's being reported that Jake's team is offering Ryan Garcia as a replacement for a December.
Classic Jake, confident, calculated, and always ready to sell a fight. Then came the question that really shook things up. Step into the ring with Terence Crawford? Without hesitation, Jake replied, "I would for sure fight Terence 100%. Let's run." That's the matchup nobody saw coming. Crawford, undefeated at 42-0, is widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet, maybe the most complete boxer of his generation. But he's also getting older, while Jake is still young, powerful, and naturally much bigger. From a business perspective, in terms of money, buzz, and global attention, it's a fight that actually makes perfect sense.
See this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now. 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino.
From a legacy standpoint, it's a wild idea, and that's exactly why both men seem open to it. Jake even revealed that a fight with Canelo was almost finalized before the Mexican superstar backed out to sign a deal with Saudi boxing promoter Turki Al-Sheikh. "I still think the Canelo fight is huge," Jake said. "We're two of the biggest draws in boxing, and it would be an incredible challenge for me. But right now, my focus is on November 14th and getting through Tank first."
Oh, not gonna lie, you really got knocked out.
Yeah, I really got knocked out. Watch the fight, you idiot. Took 12 rounds. Like, you're weird, bro. Bro didn't even knock me out or even throw punches. That's sad, bro. It's no, bro. I'm coming back. It's gonna be vicious. Like, you guys don't want to see that. You guys are weird trying to troll me over a fight I didn't even care about.
With the Tank fight possibly off the table, the question now is, who's next? And Crawford fits that spot perfectly. He's got the respect, credibility, and elite skill set that make any matchup meaningful. Jake, on the other hand, brings the numbers, the marketing power, and the mainstream attention. Together, they'd command millions of viewers, and both men know it. What's fascinating is how fast things can change in boxing when the timing and the money align just right.
Tight. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm. But as you can see here, he's working on his versatility. He's now working on fighting orthodox. He's naturally a southpaw. Now he's working on fighting orthodox.
With the Tank fight possibly off the table, the question now is, who's next? And Crawford fits that spot perfectly. He's got the respect, credibility, and elite skill set that make any matchup meaningful. Jake, on the other hand, brings the numbers, the marketing power, and the mainstream attention. Together, they'd command millions of viewers, and both men know it. What's fascinating is how fast things can change in boxing when the timing and the money align just right.
Beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
It's a huge size advantage, though.
it is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
Jake's approach is just as calculated. He knows that facing Crawford gives him a level of legitimacy he'll never earn by knocking out another retired MMA fighter. Crawford is the real deal, a world-class boxer with undeniable skill and pedigree. And if Jake can hold his own or even go the distance with him, his credibility in the boxing world would soar to an entirely new level.
I know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. They're just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank. So
Anthony Joshua has now entered the conversation as well. With Gervonta Davis potentially out, two former UFC fighters, including Nate Diaz, were being considered as replacements. But the real shock came when Joshua's name started circulating. After weeks of speculation and lighthearted exchanges online, Eddie Hearn confirmed that talks about a possible Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight have actually happened. And Joshua's response couldn't have been more direct, just let me know where and when.
My only concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake.